Hello YouTube and welcome to my second match with Justin in our Surrey Snooker Academy League. This is actually going to be two frames rather than just single frame, and then I'll do the other two frames in another video afterwards. And as you can see, for once the scores are equal. So both me and Justin, with our handicaps, we both play off of 9 because he's quite a good player. So first chance has gone to Justin. Nicely controlled cue ball. And this red does actually just about go past the blue and between the green and the brown into the green pocket. So yeah, that's very well taken. And he's nudged that other red over the corner pocket. And not quite enough pace in the cue ball. He was trying to get down for that loose red below the bunch, but always had that recovery ball over the yellow pocket. So brown and off the side cushion, maybe into the bunch. That is very unlucky actually. I think he's been very unfortunate there, because he's potted the brown nicely and could have got into them. So first blood of 15 points to Justin, and he's played a very good safety shot, and he's only left me the opportunity of that one ball, but I didn't even have the potting angle on, so just a dump shot for me, as getting the cue ball up to the bulk end would have been far too dangerous. And what I thought was safe, he didn't, although by his apology there, I think he was just playing the safety shot rather than actually playing the pot. Having said that, that's a lovely brown into the middle bag. And it's going to be difficult to get all the way around the table back onto a red. Where was that cue ball going? Thankfully for him, it's stayed out. So he's 26 in front. No option of a pot, and it would be crazy to take on the reverse double on this one, especially considering the black is all the way up the other end of the table. So cue ball somewhere near the bulk cushion, hopefully behind the green and or brown, which is what I've got. I've managed to get the snooker there, but a very nice escape, catching it really nice and thin. So again, trying to get up somewhere behind the green and brown. Which I have managed to do, but there was a bit of a gap. Difficult red bridging over those balls, and it was always going to be difficult to get back up the table for a potable colour, so I didn't get a nice angle on the yellow, didn't fancy playing the cue ball in and out of bulk, just thought about keeping things tight there and hopefully wait for a better opportunity. And that was he almost got me right behind the brown. Now yeah, I was trying deep screw shot to get back into bulk off for that one, just to keep things safe, but as you can see, I didn't cue it particularly well. And Justin's missed, and that red has now gone potable, so let's get this red in the green pocket. And managed to get out onto the yellow. Now I was just screwing back. The red that's next to the green doesn't pot, but I was hoping to land on it where I could play a decent safety shot, but just over screwed it. So played it with a load of left hand side just to keep the cue ball up that end of the table and bring the red down, and thankfully snookered with the yellow. And that black was always a dangerous ball. So can I cut this one in the middle? And if I do, I'll be on the black, hopefully. So another thin one, but hoping the three reds that are above the black spot do all go into the right corner. So as long as the black goes in, I should have a choice of one of those three. But even at that pace, the cue ball just ran and ran there. So delicately dropping this one in, hopefully. As the black does go past that red, and no thoughts about getting the cue ball out. I'm just going to play on the red that is closest to the top cushion, just to make the pot on the black easier, as the cue ball was quite close to the cushion. And play kind of a similar weighted shot here. Just play the red pocket weight, and if it doesn't go too far, I'll have the black. If it does go too far, I should have the pink into the corner. Now, those two reds between the pink and black, again, I'm playing on one of those. I don't mind which, as long as I keep the cue ball on the sort of the left half of the table as we look. So I played that with a bit of running side. So on that one, it was right hand side, just to help the cue ball stay this side. Wasn't happy with reaching across with the right-handed shot there, so just swap over. Perhaps I played that one a bit too hard, but we're still on the black. And I was playing for the red that is closest to the top cushion to play in the opposite corner to the black, but I knew that there was always this red for the left middle if I didn't get that one. So drop this in and stay on the black, and I've played it in such a way where I haven't left the red that's closest to the black had I missed that red to the middle pocket. I know that the one to the right of the pink goes, but I didn't want to make things easy. Could have done with another half ball roll, if I'm honest, on that one. I've got to go. This one is a lot thinner than it perhaps looks, so as long as I get the red in, I should hopefully have a shot at a colour. But catching the bump of that middle pocket is, unfortunately, where the cue ball has landed, means that is end of break. There's no point in taking on a colour. Not with the reds, you know, that close to the pink. That'd be ridiculous to try and knock something in there. So just lay the snooker. And in our league, we play with the miss rule, but you can have it played 3 times. But where Justin's left that cue ball short, I think there's no point in putting the ball back, because if he hits it, he could have knocked it into an unnice position. But I focused too much on the position for that red and took my eyes completely off the pot. Yeah, that's a good pot on that red. Choice of colours, which one's going to be the best to take him to the yellow? And that one was a better shot than it looked, because it was not a natural angle to get round past that blue, sorry. The white was going to go into it, so that's nicely controlled. Yeah, not as straightforward as you might think, with the brown being, in fact with the brown, blue and pink being all up near the green. So he's got up and he's had a look round the table at where he wants to leave the white for the green. So if you're ever not sure on what you're going to do with the cue ball, do stand up like Justin's done. That's a good example of how to play it, because he's now put the cue ball where he wants it. Just double checking for the brown. I know normally I'll cut out a lot of the thought process and shot selection and stuff, but I thought this one was a very, very good example of how to do things. So I thought it'd be good for you guys to watch his thinking. Yeah, not an easy one with the rest there, with the balls so close together. Had to give it a bit of pace. So this blue is definitely a difficult one. And he's been a bit unfortunate there, because he's left, the blue does actually pop past the pink. So can I play this in such a way that if I miss it, the pink is a snookering ball? So I've missed it thick, but unfortunately I've played it too hard. No! That was a really, really thin one, so only 6 points of difference with 13 remaining. And if that had have missed the black on the way down, I would have been in a whole world of trouble. And answers on a postcard for this safety shot, please. The old DDK. I was trying to get the cue ball back down the table, but I've obviously completely misjudged it. Beautiful, beautiful pink to even up the scores. Rather unfortunate where the cue ball's gone, to be fair. Left an absolute pig of a black to the middle. Oh, right. Number one thought, keep the object ball safe. And for God's sake, don't pot the white. Right. Black is hopefully safe. I say hopefully. Now, where he's left it there, I don't want to hit the black on the left-hand side as we look at it, because otherwise black's going to go over the pocket. I wanted to hit it really, really thin on the left-hand side as I was looking at it. But that's not really, really thin, that was thick. So Justin's got a chance of taking this opening frame. Ooh. That was close, wasn't it? And he's left it off a straight, so I don't have to worry about stunning and punching the black in. I can stroke it, hopefully, and know that the white's not going to follow it in afterwards. Yeah, well, I think either one of us could have won that frame, and it would have been deserved for either of us, to be fair. Justin came out the blocks really quickly, and my break of 41, I think it was, that really helped. And Justin came back quite nicely there, so that was a very, very good frame. But let's get straight on to frame number 2. Right, here we go with frame number 2. I'd almost managed to get a decent break, but just a little bit too much pace in that one. And I'd left a chance of that red. Oh, and he almost got it in the opposite corner. Black's tied up, pink's tied up. Got to come back up for blue or bulk colour, but as you can see, put a tracer right hand side on it, I think, so the cue ball stayed close to the cushion, unfortunately. So just a safety shot. Now, have I covered that one? No, I haven't covered it. He's got a great pot, but unfortunately the cue ball is stuck right in the middle of the reds. So, with the faintest of edges of the black sticking out, that's what Justin's attempting to hit, but there's a long way between the end of the spider and the tip of the cue. Lots of balls to cue over. And unfortunately he miscued on the first one, and how he's managed to put that red in the corner, I will never know. But we're going to put the balls back again for the third and last time to take the shot. That was particularly difficult. And I have to say, after that second one where he hit the red that was going towards the corner, if it hadn't have gone in the pocket, I would have played it rather than sticking him back, but it unfortunately went in. So not on anything. So just keeping things tight, trying to protect this point advantage. Not much to do with this one, just try and get that cue ball as close to the bulk cushion as possible. Yeah, very, very nice return there. Got me in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, that's not me overhitting it, that's speeding it up a little. Although I say that's me not overhitting it. Look where the white's ended up. That's awful. But very, very decent return. Yes, he's got me good and proper, so I've got a choice here of a couple of shots. I can either try and land on the one that's below and to the right of the black, or the red that's on the far left as we look, which is what I'm trying to play for. So managed to get that one okay, as that's about the safest place on the table. I know I've left an easy safety shot, but at least I didn't leave a pot on. That one's gone just far enough that the red in the middle of those four goes, and the black does pot. I'm not quite on this one, so I'm hitting this cue ball with maximum right hand side to straighten up the black on its journey to the pocket. So there was no attempt at getting position on the red from that one. That was all about just dropping that black in. So slightly high on the blue, which is good. So that means I've got a choice of playing on either the two reds to the corner or one of the other reds to the right. But after looking at those ones, I thought at that point it was too dangerous to take it on. So I decided to take that one and come back up for the blue. And then hopefully with this shot, where I've got more of an angle with the blue, I can pot it and then go round those two reds and hopefully be a bit closer, as the black does still go to the right corner. But instead I've left it a bit further away. But the red on the left is now not straight, which means if I just do a gentle stun like that, then the white was always going to
stay on the black. And just a simple roll through, I'm going to take the one that's closest to the top cushion. I know the black doesn't go to the left corner, but getting rid of this red means that future positional shots, if I get that far, are going to be made slightly easier. But up for the pink into hopefully the left centre, and then the red that's to the left hand side of the table, or the one that's up and to the left of the black, are going to be my target balls, because they will both leave me on the black. But I've not come anywhere near straight enough to that left centre, so I've got to screw on and off the side cushion with a bit more force than I wanted to. Which means the cue ball's gone a little bit further up the table. Now I am still on the red that's up and to the left of the black, which is the one I'm going to take, but I know I've got to play it fairly firm with topspin to try and get the cue ball out, whereas if I take the one to the left side of the table, the cue ball is always going to be running sort of into the reds and towards the right of the black, and it's going to leave me on nothing. So yes, I was trying to force the cue ball out. So unfortunately that's the end of break, and I'm going to try and roll up to the black, because if I leave it touching, or there or thereabouts, none of these balls pop to the left corner. So I know that although the white is close to the reds, that's a fairly safe place for the cue ball to be. And you weren't too far away with that plant. There was a lot of space between those balls. Right, can I pot this and then get high on the black to then roll it down to this right corner? Not quite enough screw on that one, unfortunately. But there is a chance of it to the yellow pocket. And if I don't pot it like that, because I thought I was gonna I thought I was gonna do a push shot, but that means that the black is now up the other end of the table and away from the reds. But he's pulled out an absolute blinding red there. And he's even managed to stay on the black. Yeah, very nice shot, because he hasn't got many points to play with. If that had been me, I'd have been taking the pink there and then trying to get back on the black in a minute. But I think Justin's shot choice was probably the better one, to be honest. Okay, drop this red in the left corner and avoid a cannon on the black, because I don't want to move it to help protect this points advantage. Yeah, what I'm doing missing that ball, I will never know. But that's a very, very tidy red, especially controlling it to stay on the black of a fashion. I'm guessing, rather than knowing, that he's going to drop this one in and not bother playing any sort of position on a red. Just make sure the 7. So it is 3 4-point snookers just tie. But if Justin can get another red and black and leave one red on the table, I think you'll have half a chance, because obviously you're trying to then lay a snooker, you might get a free ball as well. And I don't really know what I've done with that shot, because I've left myself open to this shot. I was trying to hold the white a little bit closer to the black, but he's left... Oh, thankfully there's a slight gap, and I could just about get to the potting angle, but as you can see, didn't cue it correctly. That's really unfortunate. So a very, very tricky black, either into the green pocket or into the middle. He's opting for the middle, and not quite. So at that point he concedes. But again, I think Justin was very unlucky at the beginning of that one, where he got stuck in amongst the reds. So that bonus 21 points really, really helped. I know I knocked in a break of 36, I think it was, and that kind of killed everything off. But he was trying on valiantly, and I wouldn't have put it past him to actually come back if that last black had dropped, because the balls were in nice positions for snookers. But anyway, enough waffling. Thank you very much for staying with me for frames 1 and 2. And I will be along fairly shortly with frames 3 and 4. However, they are not of a standard that these two have been. Let's just say that. But for now, anyway, take care.